I love DPs.
Like double penetration.
Some double penetration.
Double penetration on your own with some solo play.
Hello, and welcome to the Double Penetration Podcast. Here are your hosts, Creep and Steel.
Ow, ow! Coming at you. It is Double Penetration Podcast with your host. He is your friend, Mr. Chris Steele, and I am your favorite creep. What do we got going on tonight, Mr. Chris Steele?
Well, wow. We're bringing you guys Volume 11, Furry Fandom.
Woo!
Now, you might be wondering, what's a furry? And I'm going to tell you this. You're going to learn about it and get educated and hear a whole lot of cool stuff about furries because we are going to be joined later on by Foxler Nightfire from furryraiders.org.
Yes.
And
I'm so excited.
And I would throw out his Twitter, but I don't know it. And I should know it.
Star Fox Ace Fox.
Star Fox Ace Fox. Sounds like he's a Nintendo fan.
Boom. Who isn't if you are not a Nintendo fan, bitch, you need to get the fuck out, boo-boo, right now.
Well, I'm a Nintendo fan, but...
But what, bitch?
I don't give a fuck about a Nintendo Switch.
Oh, my God. I want to Switch so fucking bad.
No, I ain't buying you one.
I may have a very small Christmas gift for you.
Ew.
I know.
Ew.
What a fag I am.
Ew.
Because my period's coming. Come on. I'm like all sentimental and shit. Like, look how cute I am.
I guess.
Take advantage of it. I'm not being a raging cunt.
As opposed to when. But before the music ends, folks, and there's no reason to repeat myself, but why not? DoublePPodcast.com. Go to our Instagram, Double P Podcast, and follow us on Twitter at Double P Show. You can write us at doublepodcast@gmail.com, or you can go to our website, doublepodcast.com. Scroll to the bottom, there's a purple box. You can click that link, and you can ask us a question or share a story with us. I don't know. You can follow me on Twitter at Mr. Chris Steele. That's MrKrisSteel. Creep. Where can everybody find you?
Find me and all my smut at creepqueen.com. Follow me on Twitter, creepxqueen. Snapchat is the fucking same. That's it.
And we have a phone number you can call. 231-794-2729. That's 231-794-2729. Leave us a voicemail. We don't have one this week, but maybe next week. But next week's a special live show, isn't it?
Yes.
Wow. Got to hear a cool clap.
Was that your booty? Were you booty clapping for me, boo-boo?
Certainly was. Fucking pop locking and fucking breakdancing. But, there's no... All right, so let's be honest with our listeners. We pre-recorded our interview with Foxler Nightfire, and we had a couple of technical difficulties with Skype. We ended up switching over to Google Hangouts, but all in all, in the end, the whole interview or chat with him was pretty enjoyable. It was really fun, really informative,
awesome.
And he's a funny motherfucker. You guys are in
He
for a treat.
He really fucking is.
And some of the things that he said off mic, well, not off mic, off air, or off recording, or whatever the fuck you call it. I don't know, off podcasting at this point. Some of the shit he was saying was even funnier, but...
It's so good. He's a good dude.
Yeah, Foxler Nightfire, furryraiders.org. Check him out. You know what? We actually have to talk about something before actually, for real, in the show.
What?
We have to talk about the Patreon. And how it's going to go going forward in January, in 2018.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
So, Patreon right now, I know that there's not really a lot of incentive other than, being cool and hooking us up with some shit. But in 2018, when we record the show on Thursday or Friday, it's going to show up on Patreon first, and then by Monday or Tuesday, it'll be available for free for everybody else. Now, the minimum donation to get the show early is $1. It's $1 a month. That's it. If you can afford $1 a month, cool. If not, wait for it and get it for free. It's no big deal.
Oh, $1.
$1. We have a couple
$1
other cool...
makes me holla, baby.
Whoa.
It makes me holla, 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 holla.
Well, in keeping up with the theme of the Foxler Nightfire interview, I might as well quote another cool 80s movie. I'll buy that for $1.
But it'll be cool. Not only will you guys get things early, we're also going to be doing cool shit, like providing you with just some really dope videos and extra content that won't be available for,
that's kind of the
these
incentive.
fucking muggles of the world. Like,
Yeah.
I'll be doing some giveaways here soon. I might do some Patreon only giveaways here soon.
I might do a giveaway.
Raffles, all the good shit. Cause that's what us internet hoes like to do, baby.
Well, I guess I'm an internet hoe.
Use a hoe.
Use a hoe.
Oh, I got a lot of energy all of a sudden, so my bad. That's the best
That's bad Barbie.
segue. Fuck.
So I guess now we will put a cool little sound effect in, and then we will be joined by Foxler. And then you'll hear another cool little sound effect at some point in there when you guys realize that we lost Creep because of Skype. And then you're going to hear a cool another little sound when we get back on Google Hangouts. And you're going to hear a cool little sound right now. I don't know how this is going to sound, and I don't know how I'm going to edit all this in, but we are joined by Foxler Nightfire. He is a member of the furry community. Is that correct to say? How should I introduce you other than just calling you Foxler? Thanks for joining us.
I'm just the crazy Corsac Fox of the Furry Fandom.
Oh, yeah.
So how did you get into the furry community? Like, what was it about the whole thing? Like, what made it appeal to you?
Oh, that was a long time ago. I think I just turned a teenager when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But when you, as a kid, you have an interest in the cartoons, and
Right.
Once you bring yourself to a social community on the internet, people throw their interests around, and I love foxes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it was always a thing for me. My first job was working at Fox Acres Country Club up in Red Feather Lakes, and I just always had an appeal for it. And when I found a community of people that inspired around anthropomorphic animals, it just sucked me in. And obviously there was an adult aspect to it, and for any teenage boy, oh yeah, it's like finding the Playboy magazine under the bed.
Or in your parents' closet.
There you go.
Hi, Dad.
Oh my gosh. I got sucked into a lot of communities as a teenager, but like never what I wanted. Like, I always wanted to get into furry stuff, or like I always wanted to like do a bunch of stuff that I just never did.
Never decided to put on that costume and run around like a 6 foot.
Like, I want to. I still want to. Is it a very like welcoming and open community?
When I first started, it was like that quite well.
Yeah.
It was open, and everybody was, welcoming to so many degrees. I wouldn't say in my position right now, in my personal experience the last several years, it's not so much. There's a lot of judgmental behavior going around. I think it's just because of the growth that we're seeing.
Yeah.
So, like,
that would make sense.
by judgmental, like, what are you, like, I mean, I know I'm not trying to mean any disrespect, but I think, like, as somebody that's been really honest with their life on this show, I've always been able to make fun of myself. And as an outsider, not knowing everything about the furry community, I think a lot of people, and including myself, when we first heard of furries, we all think that there was just adults that dressed up as animals and had sex, through the costumes. And I mean, no disrespect, but I mean, I don't know where I'm going. I just, it's just such an interesting community, and like, you know, I'm fascinated by it, really.
Yeah, I know you just couldn't go, like, I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah, Mickey Mouse and a gangbang. How the hell am I supposed to comprehend this?
Right. Because it's such a weird. I'm not trying to say weird, but like from somebody who's like looking at it on the outside for the first time, you think it's just this weird community of people that just want to be like animals, and it's as I've looked more into it and researched more into it, I find out that it's more of like some people use it as if they're not comfortable in their own skin and they're more comfortable with being this character. Is that like a fair thing to say?
Yeah, there is a social component, you know, a aspect to it where you want to kind of separate your real life existence and put it into a fantasy world that you can manipulate and mold to your desire. You know, it fits, it makes you feel comfortable for who you are. Mm-hmm. So the furry fandom seems to have that aspect for that, and it grows, and people put a lot of their quirks into their personas or their characters.
Right. That's awesome.
So, and you could say that, you know, the sexual aspect of it, you know, it's just kind of a human nature thing. You know, it's going to happen in really any fandom. But it's more here because I would say that you have the opportunity to create your own character. It's not like if you're a Trekkie or you're into My Little Pony or anything like that, where there's kind of already a foundation design that you follow. This is just completely out of thin air. You just kind of build it as you see it.
You know, I'll say this. I understand the furry community more so than the brony community, and I'm sure I'll catch some shit for that, but you know, with everything, I guess you learn why people like things. So, you know, I going back to my original point where I got lost in what I wanted to say, I think what people perceive as weird and odd in the furry community, I think it's hard that the people that are in the community would be judgmental at other people that are in the community, because, you know, realistically, you guys are dressing up as animals, and I could, as an outsider, somebody would see that as bizarre. But I mean, I don't understand how somebody in this community would be shunning others away from it that are trying to be in it. I don't
that's
get
in
that.
Everything though, like being a sex worker, like definitely most girls don't support other girls, like, and it's such backlash from other people in my community, you know what I mean, where I'm still getting that same backlash from people outside of the community. Like,
right.
I feel like that's really in anything.
Yeah, there's a good part of that. I think with kind of mainstream social media and the whole political spectrum, I think that had a lot to do with this change of not as being welcome as it used to be. Mm-hmm. People are always wanting to be like politically correct, you could say.
Yeah.
And it's gotten kind of silly because now they're starting to attack our own community, is starting to attack people and for their fetishes, and it's
that's
just like
fucked up.
we kind of grew out it. We grew into that. You know, that's kind of one of our foundations for almost 3 decades. Is that there was sex involved.
Yeah. There's always sex involved. Like, I don't understand.
Yeah,
I know. It's like when is there
no
not
matter
sex
where you
involved?
go, there's sex involved. Like, and it's always an issue. Like, there's always this taboo, like, unrealistic expectations from everybody, which is fucked up.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah. I remember the first time I got laid, and I was just there. All the expectations.
I feel that on a spiritual level. Oh, fuck.
You learn to adapt, and you learn to accept, and you realize that, you know, you're not really any other different from anyone else, and there's just, you know, you have your thing that makes you feel excited and happy for who you are, and it's just easy just to you know, say, okay, well, that's something I'm not into, but okay. You know, it's not like, oh, it's so weird. I got to pull my eyeballs out of my head.
Like, how fucking dare you? Like, oh, fuck. But I feel like it's the same thing, and no matter what community you're in or what you do in life.
Yeah, I think like, I do a video game podcast as well, and it's more geared towards Xbox, and I see that there's infighting between Xbox kids and PlayStation kids, and the thing that I've always kind of felt that in the whole console war space is like, I get that everybody wants to be first place and have something, but in the end, a lot of people still will, laugh at adults, being in their 30s like myself, still playing video games and enjoy it, but not understanding, like, it's not just something that nerds do, and it's not something that, outcasts do. It's such a $1 trillion company, or not company, but a business, but, as far as like the infighting between the communities, I think that it's kind of silly to have that when all you really got is each other in the end, when everybody else thinks you're like an outcast.
Yeah, I see what you're going with that.
So, I think that within the furry community, I think that I just think that it would be silly that there would be such infighting because it's such a different community. And we lost Creep.
Yeah, I noticed.
She has problems with her Skype.
Uh-oh.
So, yeah.
Are we on pause now?
No, we'll still record, but I mean, I'll probably have to edit this little business out.
You have the power.
I do. And that's our transition.
So I don't know what I missed.
Well, a little quick update
because it's super frustrating.
Right, a quick update. We're using Skype, and Creep's internet never likes Skype, so we've switched to Google Hangouts. And there probably won't make any sense to what you're hearing now to what you were hearing just a few short seconds
I don't even remember
ago.
what we were talking about, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'll have to edit in like a cool, like, remember the old school, like when you would leave the phone off the hook there? Maybe I'll leave that in there. Yeah. Put a little bit of production behind it.
Huh?
Yeah, we lost Creep. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Oh. I was like, again? What the fuck? I'm done. I quit life. I'm out of here. Give me a new skin.
But well, I guess we can talk about the furry suits. Do you guys like what would be the correct terminology that you guys would use? I mean, would you guys call them suits or...
Well, there's two specifics. There is the general fursuit, which most people go out and parade in that, and then we have the special one, which is dedicated. We call for the sexual activities, which we call mersuits.
Oh, they're different?
We just use different terminologies because some people actually do have two different bodysuits that they wear.
Oh, that's cool.
Usually, the mersuits have strategically placed holes.
That
would make sense.
I pick
or
up
in other cases, they have strategically placed apparatuses built in.
Phallics.
I have to be honest with you guys right now. It keeps cutting in and out on y'all, so if I just don't respond for a minute, just my internet.
Creep's internet stinks.
I know.
It's all that porn.
Probably. So, for somebody to be a furry, does it necessarily have to always be real animals, or could you be other animals?
No, the whole idea of using an actual animal as your baseline as an anthropomorphic is pretty false. I mean, it's all just fantasy characters, but people go to extremes. Like one of my friends, he considers himself an alien of some sort, and he's got 4 arms. He kind of looks like a wolf, but with 4 eyes. It can get pretty crazy and gnarly. Let your mind ride the waves, whatever you want to do. So
do you guys make your own costumes or suits, or do you guys, is there a special website that will make them? I'm sure there probably is. No.
Right now, a lot of it is made by creators, independent little artists that want to get are into the market. There are some mainstream ones, like Clockwork or Don't Hug Cacti. Those are pretty big names. But overall, you have the choice of doing it yourself, which can be kind of difficult if you're not a crafts person or into sewing. But there are also independents like all around the country that we can do it. Mine was done here locally with the gal in Denver.
So, like, how do you guys come up with your names? I mean, I know that there's a little bit of controversy surrounding your name. When we had a talk with you a couple weeks ago, we pre-interviewed you. Not really pre-interview, but just kind of pick up the vibe and everything, and you told us about how you came about with your name. But, I mean, I'm sure everybody has a different story. I mean, do you mind telling yours again, and we can kind of get into the controversy? If you want.
Everybody's got a different way. It's just, whatever, when that one day you sit back and you're wondering what combinations can I come up with?
Right.
And usually people try to put animal names into their name. There's this generation gap in the fandom where you got about 10 years of people spent, like, mostly, if a furry's been in the fandom for a long time, they usually have their animal name in their persona name. And I came up with mine because, I love foxes, and I'm just like, my original internet screen name was Star Fox Ace Fox, and that doesn't really work. Like, you don't say, hey, I'm this person. No, it doesn't work that way. So one day I was just sitting at the computer trying to sign up for Second Life, and I was just kind of like, I got to think of a better name, something that, easy to roll off, recognizable. And I looked at my driver's license, and I was like, my last name is Miller. What can I do with that? And I like Fox. And I just ended up coming up with Foxler. And in turns, way later, almost a decade later, after I came up with my persona name, people started relating that, also including the way I dress, to Hitler. So people think that my persona's name came from Fox and Hitler.
Right.
That's so ridiculous.
It's a special moment.
So now, by the way you dress, like, what do you mean by that?
In regards to what?
Well, you said, but they compared you because of Hitler because of the way your name is and the way you dress.
The way I dress, yeah. So, in turns, it's my persona is a Corsac fox that wears a black shirt with a red with black cargo short pants, a red tie, and he's got a red armband in his left arm with a paw print on it. And because of that, people have associated that to Nazism. And after many years on the internet, I said a lot of weird stuff, and when the time came that everyone
it is the most relatable thing anybody has ever said in my life. Sorry.
No, after many years of doing wacky stuff on the internet, and then I decided to come out and be like, hey, I'm Foxler. And then they're like, you're a Nazi. And I'm just
my gosh.
Where do you get this idea from? He's like, your armband. But it's got a paw print. But, that's not good enough. That's not good enough.
Wow.
So ridiculous. I still don't get it though. Is it the colors or is it the paw print? Like, or is it just people just stupid? Or am I ignorant?
It's pretty much taking your generic Walmart paw print. I'm going to go there.
Yeah, it's pretty basic.
It's just a black paw with a white round circle on it. It was slapped onto an armband, and it was like, hey, I saw it as furry pride when I first saw it. About 10 years ago. So
now you said you got that in Second Life. Was that like a user created accessory, or is that something that was built into the game?
It was somebody created it on Second Life.
Okay. So it's not like you set out and created it and like, I'm gonna ruffle somebody's feathers.
No, I just saw the paw print.
It's a fucking paw print. Like, that's what the fuck it is. Like,
yeah, it's so different. That's a fucking dildo. I mean, come on. How could you?
Welcome to my life.
I could go to so many things with that. If anybody doesn't know who Bad Dragon is, but they make a lot of exotic.
Yes.
And the furries know exactly what those are, but exotic animal-like dildos. There was that one moment when years ago my friend came over with his new dildo, and I was still with my mother at the time, and he threw it across the kitchen, and my mom thought it was a mixing spoon. So it just makes me think like, people think that paw print armbands Nazism, and it's just like, reminds me of my mother.
Well, I mean,
oh my god, I fucking love you.
it's the times now, it's everybody's so quick to rush to judgment and just being like, you know what, one person said that and I can see where they're coming from, instead of seeing the whole picture and getting the whole story. I'm just gonna be like everybody else, and here comes the fire and pitchforks and angry people. It's like,
yes, the angry people. I've seen a lot of that.
It's gotten so bad on like social media. Is like, I'll go to tweet something that a year ago or 2 years ago that I as a just kind of like a shitty, tasteless joke. Nothing outrageous. Just something kind of just
something very you.
Just kind of something shitty to say, but nothing nothing that I would necessarily deem offensive. But today's standards, somebody would probably be upset by that, and then they call for your job, and next thing you know, Chris Steele's fucking living in squalor instead of the instead of the empire.
People tried doing that to me already, but I was really cool with my boss, and I introduced myself 100%. So he knew everything about the furry lifestyle that I had, and my fetishes. So getting a phone call and saying, "Hey, one of your employees are a Nazi." So he's like,
"Oh,
do you have any real business to do with me, sir?"
Right?
It seems like people try to bring down other people when they're jealous of them. I think that's what a lot of today's kind of, what's the word I'm fucking looking for? I don't know. By today's standards, everybody always seems like they just want to drag somebody down. It's like that little kid, Keaton, that was being bullied. Now everybody's finding pictures of his mom with the Confederate flag and all the stupid shit that they said online, and they're trying to be like, okay, well, we love Keaton, and all of a sudden they're like, oh, we're not so high on helping him anymore. It's so quick that somebody once they build you up, they want to knock you down. That's kind of seems like the way it is these days.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, I can agree with that. The fandom has kind of done that. A lot of people that own fursuits, because they're expensive.
Yeah, they're very expensive. I've been looking at some.
Was that like $20 or $30? I'm just kidding. I know how expensive they can be.
Oh yeah, I paid $5,000 for mine.
That's fucking nutty.
I know.
Well, that's all custom, right?
That, so the jealousy card does get played quite a bit.
Let's start balling over here.
Yeah.
No, they are ridiculous.
So how far do your suits go? Like I'm the one that you had on a week ago when we talked, it wasn't animated in the sense of like the mouth doesn't move. But do you have any of the ones that are more animated?
Like more realistic, you could say?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there are suits out there that everybody has their preference. Once you start getting into controls like animated mouth, and having your ears move and tail move, you're gonna get a suit that's gonna be a lot more delicate. So for someone that likes to be a little bit rough around, the house.
Oh, damn.
Or, likes to go out skiing in their suit or something, which, I'm planning to do this year.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
You don't want to have those features. And usually there's two different construction methods. There's the foam head, which is, pretty durable. It can handle quite a bit of abuse. And then you have the resin one, which you do not want to get hit in the face with the resin one. That's
yeah.
Is it hard?
Oh, so that's one of the disadvantages if you try to get more realistic. You gotta take more care of it, and it's just gonna bring the cost up. And I've seen some go up upwards to $10,000.
So crazy.
Are there 2-person suits? Like how like you see the people that are like the front
God.
end's the horse, the back end's the back end of the horse. Are there like 2-person suits? Like
I haven't seen it personally. I wouldn't doubt there There hasn't been one made.
He's nicely telling you no.
Oh.
No, I mean.
Well, I mean, I figured if couples want to bond in their furries, I think that would be a fun way that they could do something.
I mean,
God.
That's you may have just come up with a whole new fetish.
Yes.
If you can think it, there's a fetish for anything.
Yes,
I
there is.
respect the fuck out of fetishes, man. Do you talk about your relationship status, Foxler?
Oh, I do.
And are you in a relationship?
I am. I'm in a relationship with a very tall, skinny blue wolf. His name is Cody.
Nice.
It is a
wow, a wolf and a fox.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I'm the dominant one. You know, it's a pretty gay relationship. Right now. Work off.
I fucking love you.
That's funny.
Oh God.
Which is not my normal preference. Not something I'm totally, into, but because of my persona and, I've spent so many years of envisioning people as their animals. I see him as a blue wolf, and he has a suit as well, and we do stuff in suit. And
That's fucking awesome.
I can't see. That's the thing. I would consider myself pretty straight, but as soon as someone puts on a fursuit, then it's just like your fantasies can just go up the roof. So
that's so fucking cool.
For some reason, me and him work really well with that, and he's totally down with what we do together, and because of that, that's the relationship was able to take to the intimate level.
Awesome.
So I'm starting to get more kind of understanding of being a gay fox in the community.
Is it difficult?
In which way?
I mean, like, I don't know.
Like
the
aspect of being a gay fox? Or
I mean, no, not necessarily. I don't even know what I mean. Like, I just feel like everybody's shitty anyway. Like, are they more shitty? Like, according to your preferences for anything?
Sometimes. People gave me a lot of shit because, I prefer only having intimate relationships while somebody is in fursuit.
See, I was going to ask you that, but I didn't know if that was stepping over a boundary.
Nah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm like, what's a line? I don't...
Yeah.
There is no lines.
I mean,
I'm really bad about that.
I'll be honest with you. My me asking about the 2-person suit, I was really happy with myself that I didn't laugh because like it was kind of a joke, but I kind of once I started singing, I'm like, well, you know what? I really do kind of want to know.
Well, I got to find someone that does it because then they can give you all the details. I really truly don't know if that even exists, and if it does, it's probably just for entertaining purposes.
Seems like it would just be for that.
It sounds hot.
It's not very well. Yeah, of course. It's 2 people in a suit.
I'm down.
The temperature.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Hawaii this year, running around in my thing. Oh my god, I was like a melting popsicle.
Oh my god, really?
Did you go in the ocean in it, and did you have to get your suit dry cleaned?
See, now, I don't think I would ever try. I've never tried to. Well, okay, I'll take that back. I've been in the hot tub with the suit.
He's like, there's that one time.
That one time I decided to get in hot tub in the suit, and then I was like, oh, I want to have sex now, and then like 2 minutes into it, it's like, nope, it's too fucking hot. I'll get out.
And plus, it probably absorbed quite a bit of water, so you probably added on an extra, 50
Right.
pounds to
Oh
yourself.
my, yeah, like I had a D-suit while in the water, and then like lifted over the hot tub.
Oh my god.
So, yeah.
Man, that's wild.
But
It sounds like something awkward I would do.
it was like that one time, like, oh, this sounds like a kinky thing to do. Oh, never mind.
So
yeah, right? That's like the story of my life. Like every time I have sex ever.
Excuse me. So you said you took your suit to Hawaii. How did you check your bag?
Oh, well, see, I carry it in this Pelican case here, and It's pretty well kept under those conditions, just for extra security, because we're doing a very expensive item here, and I really don't want TSA, digging through my stuff, especially when it has to be vacuum sealed to fit all in there. And the head, I bring it on as a personal item on the plane, so
Gotcha.
I get a lot of looks. I actually scared somebody that was stewardess up front. She was on the phone, and I walked in with my head on the plane, and she was like, "I gotta call you back."
Well,
Just Fox you.
I'd be doing the same shit though. I really would. I live for that kind of shit.
So,
in all fairness, it is the times that we live in, terrorism.
I know, it was just one of those moments, but I travel with that hard case, throw a firearm in there, lock it up, nobody tampers with it.
Gotcha.
It's all good.
Man, that's a wild life you live.
Oh yeah, it is. There's no breaks. As much as you want it, there's no breaks. There's always got to be something you got to do, and once you're in the suit, you're just like, I want to go do more.
I want to do it. So I've been talking to a lot of people about like getting into it and where should I start, and like if I'd ever even be welcome, because my anxiety is so bad and I'm so fucking awkward in general. Like I don't know how to do shit, and I kind of got a little scared away, kind of.
Aww.
Slightly, but like I do want to get into it.
Well,
It's like I don't even know like where to start. Like just go to conventions and kind of start from there.
Yeah, you could do that. Online activities. There's a lot of community groups you can connect with. Conventions is a good start. That's probably the best bet. I mean, it took me like almost a decade since I joined the fandom to actually go to the conventions.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But, being a teenager, not much money and no car for a little while,
Yeah,
you don't go very far.
Creep, what kind of animal would you be?
Huh?
Creep, what kind of animal would you be?
I know, but like, I don't know if you can do it. Can you be any animal ever?
Yeah, you could.
Like, could I be a bat?
We have those.
Okay, because that's what I really want. That's what I would want to do.
A bat. That is kind of rare. I mean, they exist. I've seen a few fursuits like that. And
I feel like that would be hard, though. Like, so your fursuit would be hard.
Oh no, there's plenty of people that have done it. I mean, I don't know. It wouldn't be much complications aside that you have some wings. That's about it.
I'd be a platypus.
You're so full of shit.
No, you want to know why? Platypuses are dope. I'll tell you why. Number one, they lay eggs. They're the only mammal that lays eggs. Number two, the male has a barb on his elbow that's poisonous. You don't want to fuck around with a poisonous barb. Just saying.
That's true?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's
I
true.
believe so, yes.
Wow.
Listen, I may play a goofball on the radio, but I know my shit.
It's like, I've been around the block more than once.
That's right.
Oh, fuck.
Got anything you want to promote, Foxler?
In regards to
anything, your Twitter, you got any any of your community sites that you want to promote,
Well, I do run a community group called the Furry Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
We were originally just a friends group, and 10 years later, after all the issues came up with me, and we decided to turn our focus on trying to build the Furry Fandom kind of the way it was, where it's all welcoming, all encompassing, and we're trying to keep promoting that we're not here to exclude anyone regardless of your interests. And so, yeah, if people want to have more interest in what we were about, it's furryraiders.org.
Awesome.
That's awesome. That's so cool that you do that, though.
It's not easy, I can tell you that.
I know, and that's what kind of makes it like more respectable, like for me, because I know that you guys do deal with a lot of shit and a lot of backlash, and the fact that you're still there supporting anybody and everybody who just may need it is pretty fucking awesome.
Hey,
oh yeah,
real quick,
you couldn't be a fandom without it.
What
that mentality?
What's like the minimum sort of costume somebody be able to wear to be considered a furry? Like at your conventions, do you have to be in the full regalia, head to toe, furred up, or could you just get away with just that small mask? For some of the people that don't have that type of money to get their sweet suits.
You can go any way you want. Really, it's just the interest in anthropomorphic animals. So, if you even if you don't have a costume, we still try to get everybody involved. And, the conventions try their hardest to bring events and activities for everyone. Some of them are kind of fursuit specific, and usually people have at least a head and tail and some paws, and we call them partials. And in my case, you saw mine. I'm a full suit, so it takes a little bit more effort.
Yeah, I think I would probably be a partial just because I get hot, and I don't like.
I'd go all the way.
That's what my boyfriend's. That's what he wears. He wears a partial.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. He doesn't. He hates the idea of overheating.
Yeah, no.
I get that.
Makes sense.
Say, totally. I hate the winter. Sense. I'm not a winter person, but I like the, But he's
not a summer person either. So.
No. I am a summer person, but I don't like the sweat. But I like a hoodie. I enjoy a good hoodie. Yeah, I love the fall.
That's ideal.
Hoodie, go, and they're all gangster style.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm the wolf from the hood.
What's your Twitter? Where can people find you if they have any questions for you?
My Twitter is at StarFoxAceFox.
Awesome. What's that website one more time?
FurryRaiders.org.
FurryRaiders.org. That was mainly for me.
Uh-oh. You're going to look at a very poorly designed website that's going to get overhauled next month.
Oh, hey. Really?
Oh, yeah.
That's fun.
I'll say this. Anybody's website's better than a website that I've ever created, because every time I've created one, it stinks.
Oh, no worries.
You log in, his cursor is a platypus. Wait, am I even saying it right anymore?
Yeah, it's a platypus.
I can't even. It's like one of those words you say so much, it's like fucked up. Does that make sense?
Well, a platypus is almost like a furry in itself when you think about it, because it could be a beaver, but it's a duck.
It's so stupid.
So maybe there's some furry fandom in the animal community. You never know.
Yeah, we do have two really oddball creatures that are pretty popular that are kind of like that. They're pretty much made up characters. We call them Sergals and Cruxes.
Really?
Yeah. Cruxes.
So you can just make it up whatever, right?
Oh yeah. And both these were created in Second Life, from my understanding. But Cruxes are kind of like what happens if somebody was trying to actually create an anthropomorphic animal and accidentally jizzed in the vial.
That's fucking awesome.
It just kind of happened. I know, and he kind of looks like something from what's that movie called? Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh yeah.
It looks like a character from there. He's got the twisted ears
awesome.
in the back, and he's got this long twisty tail, and it's all striped out with two-tone colors. It's really cool looking. Cruxes are pretty neat. Sergals are kind of like that kind of alien looking, kind of realistic alien anthropomorphic. It's kind of
it's me without makeup.
I think it would be. It's got fur, but it has the facial structure of like a lizard. But we always call them cheese wedge because their head is shaped like a cheese wedge.
That's so funny.
I know, there's so many jokes with it.
That's a whole nother day.
That's a whole nother thing.
You guys got so many different terms for every little nuance that is a part of the furry community, man. It's pretty funny.
Oh yeah, I mean, we call sex yiff, and
what do you call it? Yiff?
Yiff, yeah. That was an old coin, and I think we blame foxes for that one because that's the sound they make. Yiff, yiff, yiff.
I was going to ask you, what does the fox say?
Oh my god, that thing has been so overplayed. My general response is yiff. That's what I usually say to people when they ask me that question.
Yiff?
Yiff.
How would you spell that?
Y-I-F-F.
Y-I-F-F. That's awesome.
I'm just gonna start saying that to. Can I just say that to people all the time now, or is that like offensive? Like, is it fucked
nobody's
up
gonna
if
know
I
what
do
you're
that?
saying. Only if you told that to another furry, they don't know exactly what you're saying. Then he's gonna come up and be like, "Arr."
Creep's gonna
twinkle. I'll be like, "You single?"
Creep's gonna be at the grocery store looking at the cereal and go, "If," and then some guy will come around, huh?
Okay, this is gonna sound probably extremely ignorant, but it's me.
She means no offense.
I really don't. Like, I genuinely, like, if I were a furry, could I, like, have my own mating call?
Yeah.
Is that, like, a thing, though? Or no?
Sometimes. I don't know if reproducing it's going to be. It depends how complex you want to get.
Really?
But, yeah, people do some weird stuff. Usually,
like, I would be that one that's, like, doing some weird shit, and everybody else is just like, what the fuck? Like, you're not even welcome anymore. Like,
is that Tarzan coming through? No.
Like, I would totally be like that.
You said you go skiing in your suit. Do you go to Aspen?
What was that?
I said you said you went skiing in your furry suit. Did you ski up in Aspen?
No, I'm planning on doing it this year. February.
That would be fun.
I haven't skied in a while, so this is gonna be interesting. So I'll have my friends videotaping me. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna GoPro my ass, and we're gonna see how bad this ends up. After 5 years not doing any skiing.
I've never skied my whole life, but I definitely want to when I go to Denver this year.
Yeah, but aren't you going in like June?
I'm going twice. I'm going in April.
Oh.
And then I'm going another time. Because I'll be there for Exotica. That's in April.
Yeah, I was there last year. That was some good fun.
I really need to find fursuits for our Exotica trip, but I'm really excited about it.
Make one. You're crafty.
Yeah, I am, but it's still like very expensive and it's very time consuming to like do it the right way. And I wouldn't want to not do it the right way because
you could bid on a couple. Some people like to post some on Furbuy or Furbid.
Oh, really?
Auction sites just dedicated for furries, and they sell their fursuits there. You might find a good deal there if you're looking for a partial to run around with.
Yeah, pretty much all we need.
Then you'll get to see me when I show up and like.
Hell yeah! I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Oh. This has been a very informative and interesting and fun and crazy, just an overall good conversation, man. I really appreciate you coming on and talking with us. I know that podcasting, or it might seem like intimidating, but it's really not. It's just basically having a Skype conversation.
No, it's like a group call. Like I've done that like hundreds of times before.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it just sometimes like I've had guests come on and be like, as soon as I would have our intro music start, they'd kind of like freeze up, and it's like, oh no.
He's talking about me.
Yeah, Creep used to freeze up back in the day. The music would hit.
What?
She'd just be like, yeah, creepqueen.com and buy my stuff, guys.
I just went to your website just
me.
Yeah, about an hour ago, Creep. Oh,
woo! Did you think it was awesome, or did you think it looked like shit?
Oh,
be honest, we're all friends.
Throw a fursuit on there, and I'll be drooling. I'll be howling.
Hell yeah, that's my next goal.
Classic Tex Avery cartoon.
That's my next goal.
There'll be a lot of people that that do get turned on by the whole mersuiting thing. So yeah, if they saw you in one of those things, they're gonna be like,
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, would it be offensive if Creep, because she has large bosoms, would it be offensive if she cut her, the circles out in her furry suit and just and then more pasties, so it's covered up somewhat?
I've actually never seen that.
Would people get mad at me? Because I would totally probably honestly.
I think it would be totally natural. I mean, people have drawn some weird stuff. You know how canines have multiples. People try to do versions like that in their fursuit, so they have fake ones going down. It's like,
I love that it's so open and that it is so like just really up to you. That's fucking.
It's the way it should be.
I mean, it should
That's how
be
life
like
should
that,
be.
but most things just aren't, and that makes me. I think that's like one of the major things that really makes me like interested in the whole thing because I don't fucking fit in anywhere. So like, if I could have a place that it didn't fucking matter, like that would be dope. Like,
Now,
Oh, yeah.
let me paint the audience a picture. As Creep was saying that, she has a big pair of scissors in her hand and she's waving them around all crazy like. You wonder why she doesn't fit in.
It's actually really
So he's got
true.
something
I
sharp
really-
in her hands.
Wow, I didn't know you're that sadistic. Ooh.
Oh god, yes, welcome.
Subscribe to her premium, sir. I used
No,
to-
there's all kinds of fetishes out there. Holy shit. Cut some stuff off now, won't we?
Oh my god. Oh fuck. Oh my god. Is there anything you want to add, Foxler? To anything about anything about anything?
Oh,
Anything
I
about
have
anything about
no
anything.
idea what to add to this. It's it just enjoy life and be yourself. That's all it really matters at the end of the day. And that's the furry fandom. That's what I want to see out of it. And as much as I don't right now, that's what I believe in, and I will keep preaching that until the day I die. I will always be Foxer until the day I die.
Oh yeah.
It's a great
You
way
give
to
me
end
like
that.
hope.
Hope?
I don't know if that's getting like mushy, like I'm about to start my period. You know, I'm hella sensitive and shit. But like, you give me hope, man, for like,
What, you're going into heat?
for like life. Like I don't know. It's just like very inspiring because so many people just give a fuck. You know what I mean? And like aren't themselves and like.
Or give up and just like
Yeah,
crawl in a
it's
corner.
really fucked up. Like, so it's definitely fucking inspiring as fuck for me to like meet other people who just do what they do.
And because of that attitude, I've become the most hated furry in the furry community. And
Just by telling people to be who you want to be and they hate you for that?
for telling them no when they said you need to change your persona, you can't wear that armband, you can't be Foxer, and I'm like no. And
That's
then
fucking
the whole
awesome.
shitstorm came from it.
If there's anything to be hated for, like, I'd much rather be hated for being myself than not. You know what I mean? Than fucking following everybody else's fucking
Then what?
ideas.
Being
A wise
know.
man once said, "Be well to each other." It's from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
I was about to say that's in Walgreens. Like, what the fuck? Fucking the guy at Chick-fil-A told me that today. Like, what the fuck?
He told you to
now
be
I know
well.
what you've been watching when you were a teenager. Holy shit.
Dude, bro, I'm 36, man. I'm old as fuck.
Me and you both.
Foxler, this has been very enjoyable, my friend.
Always.
This is there's so much more to the furry community and there's so many other questions, but I think like just having a show where we just ask you a bunch of questions, I just think that would kind of be boring. And I think what we did tonight was just I hope people, in the furry community and our fans and new fans and new people that listen to this, I hope they get I hope they take away what I've taken away out of this conversation tonight. And what I'm taking away from this conversation tonight is exactly what you said. Is just let people be who they want to be and be well to each other and just be happy. Life's short. It doesn't matter if people want to dress up as animals or, or anything. Just let people be people and just be well to each other.
Absolutely.
Fucking A.
Amen.
Yeah,
I can't follow that. Like, how the fuck do I follow you guys? I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Go team, go.
Crushed ice. Crunch, 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 crunch.
Oh.
Oh
yeah.
I think I ended it right there on crunch, crunch, crunch.
Well, I'm really glad that there are communities like this, and there are still people strongly supporting. It doesn't really matter if you're furry or brony or you. I can't think of anything. I must say it was a shocker when last year I went to Exotica, but that was probably the most welcoming moment of my entire life was being there.
Really?
Like nobody cared.
That's
at all.
fucking awesome.
It was just I was dry humping my boyfriend just for fun.
Hell yeah, I'm sad. That better be going on this year, man. Because if I don't see that, I'm gonna be really fucking pissed.
I had people on dancing poles jumping on top of me like,
Oh yeah, that's fucking awesome.
I can't
That's
hold
so
my weight,
funny.
I'm wearing in a 6-foot fox costume, but yeah, it just felt so loose and accepting. I just wish that furry conventions are, they used to have adult ones. They're not so much anymore, but it'd be nice if there was an adult theme or event at conventions for us, because that's where people get really loose and have fun. But it got to be so like strict.
Hey,
yeah, no, I feel that. Everybody in the sex work industry definitely, anyway, is like so fucking open to fucking anything. Like,
a wise man once said, "If you build it, they will come."
you're stupid. Bye.
Until the PC police comes down, try to knock it down.
That is true. That is true.
Oh fuck.
And then you'll try to start another website, and then net neutrality will bring your fucking site to a screeching halt.
Oh god, that whole thing.
It'll get fixed.
I'm kind of upset about it, but I don't know enough to get upset about it or really care, even though I should, because hello, but I'm ignorant, as we all know, so...
It's all about, capitalism. They want to profit a little bit more where they can.
It's fucked up. The whole thing's fucked up. I don't think it'll actually go through and be anything, because...
Yeah, well, states are gonna sue the government, and...
They're just gonna make a really big deal out of it, because they must have something else going on.
Oh, the old smoke and mirrors.
I really feel like that's what's up, but I think everything is a conspiracy. I don't
Well,
know
you know
talking
what?
to you guys right now, okay?
Oh yeah, we
I'm
don't
gonna get back in my fucking bomb shelter.
We legit live in one of the weirdest, craziest times, to where a billionaire is our president, and it's just...
I'm not even getting on that.
Yeah.
So many people will lose their mind.
Like, I don't know where you guys, next.
Nah.
I'm apolitical. Like, that was the weird thing. Just to show up everybody last year, I voted for myself. I'm like, Foxer for president.
Can we do that? I will fucking Foxler for president. I'm about that.
You can do it.
Oh, yeah. I voted for Travis Teft.
Don't most people vote for, like, Mickey Mouse or something?
Oh, my God.
I learned that in, like, the 4th grade.
Did.
Like, I don't know if that's true.
Or it could be like that one, like, pranks joke. They voted for these nuts.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Hey, Creep, did you get that CD I sent you?
Huh?
Did you get that CD I sent you?
Was that you?
You're supposed to say, what CD?
Oh, well, somebody literally sent me a CD and a mixtape, and I was like, wait a minute, why did you send me that?
God damn it. Show's over.
I literally just got it yesterday.
Couldn't even end the show on a good D's nuts joke.
D's nuts.
Somebody sent me a CD yesterday.
Somebody sent you a mixtape?
Somebody sent me a CD and, like, a cassette tape of their music.
A cassette tape? What the hell?
I got a fucking... it's in my car, but it's, like... And a
t-shirt. You have a cassette player still?
I don't have one of those.
Well, we got a problem there.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
You throw it on the 8-track. Oh, actually, I just got a 4K TV in yesterday, and the first statement I made in my group chat was like, I need some 4K furry porn on this thing.
You know what? I just got a 4K TV back in June, and it has been so...
It's like his favorite thing. It's all he talks about.
No, it's not.
4K porn.
What about, like, VR? Have you ever watched, like, VR furry porn?
What kind of furry porn?
Like...
VR? Oh, yeah. You know that I haven't seen it yet, but I know there's people coming up with it right now. So.
I want to watch VR porn so bad.
What's the point in that if you just have the real thing?
That is true.
I mean, well, we already talked about pornosexuality.
Yes, we did.
So, I mean, that's a thing.
I just could be like, I just see somebody in the office with his VR headset, like, no, boss, I'm totally working right now. VR work, promise.
Oh fuck.
The fucking times we live in, folks.
It's so good. It was the best of times.
It was the worst of times. But boy, oh boy, was there a shit ton of pornography. Something for everyone.
I don't know how people can get when I was a young little teenager, porn was hard to come by. Well,
yes, it was.
But furry porn was really hard to come by. But now it's
I can imagine. I'm making
all over the place.
fucking.
We're getting furries that are even young, they're 13, 12 years old, and they want to get into furry shit. I'm just like,
Yeah, it's a little
like
young.
In general or sexually?
both.
Or both. I mean, everybody does that.
I know. I'm
13.
just, but gotta.
That's crazy.
Gotta draw the lines, unfortunately.
I mean, definitely. But then there's that thin line of is it your responsibility? Because they're gonna find it fucking anyway.
Yeah,
that sounds fucked up. This is where I just sound like a fucking, again, ignorant piece of shit. It's fine.
I mean, if you were in the 90s and you're fapping off to Lion King, it's
Simba's chick was hot.
gonna happen.
No,
Yeah.
she was.
I can't remember her name though.
Nala?
Oh my god! When
Nala.
Zootopia came out,
Nala was sexy.
Oh
man.
yeah, Zootopia. That was actually.
Yo,
a good
don't
movie.
even get me fucked up. That little bunny can get it, okay? That sounds fucked up. I don't give a shit.
Oh, you have no idea. The furry fandom will rape the hell out of that.
So does going to Disney World kind of get you going?
I haven't been to Disney World in a long time, but I know I'd get kicked out immediately if I showed up in this.
Yeah, I don't think they'd let you in.
I don't even make it to the gate. It's like, nope.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's sad though, but probably true.
Hey,
yeah.
What do you prefer, Disney World or Universal Studios?
I haven't been to Universal yet.
Oh, this
Disney
is
World.
Chris's question. This determines your friendship right now.
It does. That is true.
I have to pick Universal.
What?
Oh,
Damn. That's like saying, hey, what were you, a Nintendo kid or a Genesis kid? Genesis kid? We're not friends.
Yo, I just got a new Dreamcast yesterday, and I'm pretty excited.
A Dreamcast.
Yeah, I'm pretty pumped. I just need a few more things.
That's ancient technology.
I know, I'm so excited.
Hey, did you know that the Dreamcast came out in North America on 9/9/1999?
Yeah, I remember that. I swear they did that on purpose.
Well, yeah, of course. Because it was a sweet date, 9/9/999.
I love this because Chris usually says shit, and I'm like, no way. But he's like, yeah, I know, bitch. What else you got?
The Dreamcast was I had it, I loved it, and then the PlayStation 2 came out and just totally destroyed it, ending Sega's console manufacturing
rain on the
business.
whole thing. Just overnight, Sony just came and get the fuck out.
Yeah, Dreamcast had a good solid year of just being the shit, and then PlayStation 2 came out, and then it was just like, man, my Dreamcast can't play DVDs, so I guess it's time to box it up.
Oh god, I just remember the flat screen first came out. TVs,
Oh, yeah.
and everybody's like, oh yeah, it's the future, man.
Hang my TV on the wall.
I didn't have my first flat screen TV until a couple years ago. I'm
What?
too old to be saying. Yeah, that's a true life story.
Creeps retro. She loves fucking tube TVs. Her favorite part is moving them every time she has to move out of her house.
Damn.
That's how she stays fit. She just keeps moving her TV from room to room to room to room. She just can't live without it. She's like, I want it in the bedroom today. I'm going to move it into the living room. Now I'm going to put it out on the deck.
That'd be really cute.
This is big ass Sony Trintron TV. It's 300 pounds.
I once sold a
muscles it
fucking big ass fucking huge fucking thing. It was when I lived in Boston. This guy bought it off Craigslist for more money than he should have spent on this fucking thing. I had to take it to him. I had to walk to the train station, carry this big ass thing on the train. This was a couple years ago, so everybody thinks I'm fucking retarded because I had this huge TV a couple years ago, all over Boston. Fucked up.
It's there's a thing called an iPhone. No.
Right?
Well, last week we talked about prostitution, and we had Bronx Johnny from High Society Radio on, and he told us the story how he met some prostitutes while delivering a couch to them. Or he found out they were prostitutes after delivering a couch to him, something like that. But it's kind of like Creep. She was delivering a TV, not necessarily saying she was prostituting herself, but you know.
Oh, we have, that's interesting. We do have that in our fandom too.
Do you?
We call them tail sales.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Tail
That
sales.
makes me so happy. Have you ever?
Have I ever been? I've never been involved in one yet.
He's like, no.
I don't know. I'm already pretty conservative when it comes to stuff like that. I don't just.
Is it like easily found?
No.
Oh, okay.
Got to go to the dark web.
Is there like a back page for it? You know what I'm saying? Is there like, I mean, not back page, but is there like?
Usually happens at conventions. You pay someone to get you all fluffed.
I bet
up.
it's like more expensive. Is it more expensive?
More expensive? Oh, I don't know. I never asked the price.
I'm too curious. It's gonna be the first thing I ask when I go. Like,
where's the tail sale?
Yeah, like, is that what I say? Like, I'm looking for a little.
You're like, I'm looking for the tail sale.
Yeah, most of the time, yeah, furries put out for free. So
Same.
I like to be wined and dined. I'm a fancy man with fancier tastes.
We don't need to talk about it, bitch. Let's go.
There's no rules in this one.
I know what Chateaubriand means. That means I'm fancy.
We actually have a pretty popular mersuiter. His name is Felix the Fox, and I met him just a little recently, a while ago at BLFC or Big Lilith FurCon in April. No, it wasn't April. It was June, and everybody knows him. Like, he has sex with a lot of people. And I made the biggest mistake. Like, it was just like, because everybody that like follows him knows his little issue. And well, he's deaf, and I didn't know that. But I feel like
that's what you were talking about, because he had sex with somebody.
No. His little issue is he's deaf. And,
see, now when you said little issue, I thought maybe he wasn't well equipped.
No.
I was gonna say, man, that's kind of everybody knows about his little issue. I'm like, oh, poor guy.
Oh, I tried speaking to him, because usually furries don't, when they're in fursuit, they don't normally speak. But I'm one of the few that there's a group that do, but a lot of people don't. But I do. I speak a lot because I just like being myself in and out the same way. Mm-hmm. And at first I was confused because he was just like pointing at his phone. I'm just like, what do you? Oh, and then he's like, I just love how he threw the text at me. I'm deaf. I'm like, oh.
So he's like 100% deaf. Then he doesn't have one of those ear things that kind of help him hear, like not necessarily hearing aid, but like the ones that are like attached to people's heads and shit.
No, I think I can see why for him, and that brought on the good thing is why the furry fandom appealed, because you don't have to technically interact vocally with people. You can just be playful and make cute gestures here and there, and that's how you can get your word across. Yeah. And I can see why he enjoys what he does now. I know he offered with me, but I was like, nah, I got a boyfriend. Can't do that.
Yeah, and he's a blue wolf, and he'll fuck shit up.
Oh fuck!
Well, see that the blue wolf, he'll fuck in his little puppy dreams. He's considered my pup. So he's not a big strong wolf. He's just a little puppy wolf that he calls me daddy. So
I love you guys so fucking much. Fucking wait to meet both of you. If I don't meet both of you, everyone's dying. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, you'll see us. We'll stick out like a sore thumb.
I'm so excited.
And I'll still be here in fucking Michigan.
It's okay. We'll send you pictures.
Sweet.
Why aren't you coming?
I fucking don't like flying.
You don't like flying?
Fuck no, man. I like being in control of my out of control. That's why I used to take drugs.
I understand. Oh, like, damn.
Well, I think we're going to take it and put a nice little bow on it and call it a wrap. Foxler, one more time, what do you want to plug? Your websites, your Twitters, anything else?
You can reach me on Twitter at StarFoxAceFox, or at my furry groups site at furryraiders.org.
Spectacular.
Hell
Foxler.
yeah, go check out our new friend.
Yes, our new friend,
you.
Foxler Nightfire. You're a very exciting person to talk to just because you're
fucking awesome.
I think the furry lifestyle, man, is pretty interesting. You guys have some sounds like you guys have some fucking wild times. But we are going to wrap this one up. Foxler, thank you so much for joining us, and we will see everybody soon. Whew. What an amazing interview with Foxler Nightfire, huh?
Hell yeah, that Foxler is a hoot, baby.
And he did tell us what the fox says.
Yes, he did.
What was it? If?
If.
IFF?
Yep.
Something like that?
Yep.
Wow, the music's really loud.
Woo, what a fucking awesome show. We will see you guys next week for some live, fun, holiday fucking action.
And Creep is in for a treat.
Oh, fuck.
That's right. I got something special planned.
Oh, fuck.
For our for real first broadcast, because our first one we
was not
fucked up, and it was my fault. So, but folks, go to our website doublepodcast.com. Write us doublepodcast at gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram doublepodcast and on Twitter at doublepshow. You can reach us by leaving us a voicemail 231-794-2729. That's 231-794-2729. Support our Patreon, patreon.com/doublepodcast. Follow me on Twitter at Mr. Chris Steele. That's MrChrisSteele. Creep, where can everybody find you?
Find me at creepqueen.com. Merch and a whole fucking lot more. Follow me on Twitter and Snapchat, CreepXQueen. And I'll see you bitches next motherfucking week, boo-boo.
I know, I kind of got to dress up next week if we're doing a live broadcast on the YouTubes.
I'm going to be naked.
No, we're going to get banned pretty quickly.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I would never do that. Never.
I wonder if you had pasties on. I wonder if we would get in trouble. Probably not.
Probably.
Well, we could say it's
I
educational.
wouldn't do it anyway. Fuck these motherfuckers.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. I love you guys. You know I fucking love you.
I don't know. Sounded like
I do. I love you guys so much. I'm just really sassy tonight.
She's very sassy, folks.
I'm so sassy, baby.
It's been a weird night. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been volume 11, Furry Fandom. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being a friend.
Hello, I am your announcer, Bethany. Please remember to rate and review 5 stars on iTunes. Rating and reviewing helps out the show. Thanks for listening to the Double Penetration Podcast, with your hosts, Creep and Steele.